Lee, thanks for joining me on our lunchtime chats. You guys are very busy at present, so it's the only time I can get to talk to you and get a bit of an update. Now, we've been very privileged to talk about the background and the last few months with Starrag, but also going into small, medium components and the machines that you offer. But now we're talking about large machining. Um, Today, I want to try and challenge you regarding a large size part and what makes Starrag different. So what I want to understand firstly is what do you call a large size component?
Well, for large size components, Mark, we cover different sectors, different materials and product types. But let's say for now, large is something bigger than 1.5 meters and up to say 10 meters or so in diameter or up to 20 meters long. And in weight terms, you could say up to 300 tons.
And when you look at the market sectors, tell us of the different sectors that Starrag are really aiming for large part machining.
Well, there's various different sectors for components of this size, and within the sectors, we then look for specific types of products, predominantly where we already have market leading solutions. And anyone who's watching this who manufactures large parts will probably see something they can relate to on the screen. So we manufacture high precision machines that are very heavy duty, very rigid structures, and also very multitasking. So we mill, turn, and grind, and in some cases we combine all of those technologies into a single machine. Then, of course, we're faced with challenges we haven't seen before, which is why we have a very comprehensive team of engineers with combined centuries of knowledge within Starrag Group, so we can deliver customers exactly what they require.
Now, I've been very fortunate to actually join you overseas to some of your factories, and I've been blown away with some of the size of the machines that Droop+Rein, part of your portfolio, actually produce. But in your opinion, what makes a market-leading machine solution from Starrag?
Well, it's a cliche, Mark, but it's always best cost per part. And handling large parts can be very difficult. So we focus on every cut being right first time and also minimum component handling so that we reduce the number of setups. But success is different to every customer. Some look at only cost, others look at accuracy, micron accuracy with every cut, and quality's top priority. So automation and single setup can be a deal breaker. Reduced floor space is very important. And of course, Industry 4 technologies are now driving investments. And what's really important with large parts as well is process safety through the whole product lifestyle, years, even decades. So it really depends on us delivering the solution that's right for the customer, that ticks all the boxes and takes away any pain that they're likely to encounter.
Before we go into what's in it for your customers, could you explain what product ranges you're talking about for machining large components within the vast portfolio of Starrag?
Well, the largest machines we manufacture, Mark, are Droop+Rein machines built in a Bielefeld facility in Germany. These are all portal machines or gantry machines with a vast range of available heads, interchangeable heads. Moving column, moving table could be combination machines where you could have a floor plate and turning tables on the same machine. In the UK, we've also have a second fixed head gantry range with H&H, who we're working together on to install Australia's largest machine tool. Then we have very large vertical turning and grinding machines from Dorries and Berthiez plants in Germany or France, respectively. And at Starrag in Switzerland, we manufacture various 5 and 6 axis turn mill machining centres for aerospace casings and structured parts. Then in Heckert's facility, Germany, we manufacture a wide range of 4 and 5 axis mill and turn centres for transport, industrial and energy market. And then not to mention Ecospeed from Mönchengladbach, ferociously fast machines for cutting aluminium. with up to 20-metre pallet changing capability, and we've just installed an FMS in the UK.
Well, I have to say, many years ago, as you know, you took me to a very well-known tier supply chain to the aerospace sector, and I was seeing those Ecospeeds actually taking some serious removal rates off. It's unbelievable to see unless you actually see it. But part of the Starrag Group, you strive to deliver safe, accurate, profitable and long-term solutions. How do you go about this with UK customers?
Well, firstly, Mark, we listen. We ask customers to share their problems with us because that they know what's hurting them, and we ask them to share what they need to achieve success for the particular project and for the businesses. So we work with a lot of customers under NDA, so we can closely examine components together, and we share our knowledge so that they can see how the solution is going to have a direct effect to their business. So particularly for large parts, we look at the complete process, including the tooling, the fixturing, the programming, everything, and costs are transparent from day one. So it's very easy to see how a saving can be made as a proposal starts to unfold. And it can take several years, Mark, for a customer to define the specification for a large machine, conduct tests. Then in very large companies, the sign-off and approval phase can be months before an order can be placed. And it's very important that customers know that we're there every step of the journey.
Now, it's quite interesting that you say about the every step. I mean, the most important thing, I think, to customers is the installation and handover. How does this actually work from Starrag's perspective to the customer?
Well, as I said, we're involved in every step. And firstly, the foundations need to be built. And we often advise with this. So some of our large machines sit on a flat floor, but many of them have very large and complex multi-stepped foundations. So in the UK, we have a projects team with health and safety managers and projects managers that take responsibility for everything. We take complete control of installation sites within a customer's facility, and we handle everything from deliveries to full installation and testing, final handover, and then training. And many components, Mark, arrive on several large lorries, and installations can be from weeks to months, several months. So the important thing for customers is that they can hand this complete responsibility to us, and they don't need to get involved right until the final handover and the geometry checks. So in some cases, we even have a Starrag applications engineer on site to work with the customer during the startup for several weeks, even months if required. And this, again, can be a great advantage for customers who want to hit the ground running, and not many people can offer this.
Now, we've dig quite deep into Starrag and your extensive product range and solutions for large parts. I would say that there's probably not much you couldn't provide for any industry to a certain extent. But the key point, Lee, I wanted to ask you on this question is automation. What does this mean to your customers?
Well, just because parts are large, Mark, it doesn't mean they can't be moved around safely and easily. So when you spend a lot of money on a large machine, you need it to be cutting metal or composite. Starrag has been delivering automation for large parts for many years, and we've even developed our own cell controller. So in the UK, we've just installed a huge cell with two 20-metre long machines, both linked to a multi-pallet FMS system, all controlled by our own system. So automation can be single robot on a machine, can be overhead gantry loaders, pallet FMS, can be autonomous vehicles or a large rail-guided type vehicle system to move components around different machines into inspection, etc. So the best way to look at automation is to come and have a chat with us and let's discuss what's the best and most cost-effective way to automate a specific process. But just because they're large parts doesn't mean they can't be automated. And you can add other things like, measuring, washing, marking, other processes. So it's all about delivering the best cost advantage and reducing the risk.
And once a solution is delivered, human nature is that your machines and any machines around the world, they need maintaining. So how can the customers actually maximize their uptime?
Well, like I mentioned, Mark, all of our customers demand very high spindle availability. That's where you make money. So we have a large UK service team that can react quickly and have the right skills. We also offer retrofits for very large machines in the UK. So I believe we have a unique capability for the UK market. And in terms of machine maintenance, investing in correctly managed service is the way that you get maximum uptime, maximum availability, and also maintain maximum performance of the machine. And obviously that gives you the best component quality as well. So our customers buy a Starrag machine because they want to maximize profitability. I'd say service it properly, and they'll do so for many years.
And that's where a lot of engineers, are looking at the moment with lots of different financial options available from the government. We've seen over the last few months. We opened the discussion about a question. What's in it for your customers? But can you summarise to any engineers that are looking for a large parts machining solutions how Starrag can help?
Sure. Send us problems and challenges, Mark. Over the past couple of decades, I think UK has lost some of its capacity and capability to manufacture large parts. But we're getting back into a situation now where we can regain this. So when Starrag engages with a customer and gets into detail regarding how a product can be manufactured, it's not unusual for us to find significant savings in the number of setups. We can reduce the machine time. We can usually improve the quality, the component quality compared to customers' own initial expectations. We also build machines that last a long time. And a large machine doesn't have to just perform. It needs to perform for decades to ensure that a customer gets a massive return on their investment. So every large machine opportunity is different for us, Mark. Like I mentioned earlier, our job is to deliver the best cost per part, and that's for components of all shapes and sizes.
And lastly, Lee, for any engineers that are looking for a long-term machining solution, a collaborative partnership with Starrag from small, medium to large components, what's your message?
Come and talk to us. Come and talk to us about your specific components and your specific problems and where you want to be in 5 years and 10 years' time.
Well, I think that sums it up. It's been an amazing journey through your size of machines from small parts to medium to large parts. Thank you very much for taking your time to express what Starrag can actually offer and delivering a message. And the most wonderful thing that I like about your company is that you have a great strapline, engineering precisely what you value. And I think any engineers that are looking for a complete solution should consider Starrag. Thanks very much, Lee.